Welcome back to LDB Games. I'm Lord Darthbawlz, and in this video, I'm going to show you how I use Urost the SOULCAGE to effectively solo Hard Floor 100 in the Doom Tower, Borgoth the SCARAB King. And Urost himself is actually a free-to-earn champion by working your way through the Doom Tower secret rooms. And once you get him, he makes it so simple to clear this floor. I actually couldn't clear this floor until I was able to summon Urost the SOULCAGE. And if you notice through the end of this fight, his physical damage is not what he's here for. He's here for his poisons and the chance to land smite, because I do have brimstone on him. And you can see he's done the most of the damage, but everyone else that I bring in this team, I said effectively solos, these 4 champions are only brought in to clear the waves, and they can be any 4 champions that you have that can effectively clear the waves quickly. This run, it takes anywhere from 4 to 5 minutes, anywhere from 30 to like 200 turns. This isn't about farming this boss, this is about clearing it, right? In this Doom Tower rotation, I would much rather be farming Dark Fae. But, like I said, he is free to earn. As you work through the secret rooms, you'll start earning fragments. And on the hard difficulty, the second champion you'll be able to start earning fragments for, gotta make it so you can see it, is Urost the SOULCAGE. So how does this work, right? Because if you've watched some of my other SCARAB King videos, or you understand the SCARAB King's mechanics, we're doing nothing to counter them, right? The way the boss was designed was to use enemy max HP reduction skills to destroy the shield, and turn meter reduction skills to keep him from taking his turn. We don't care about any of that. When it comes to Urost, in fact, I don't even really want him physically attacking. The only reason I'm okay with his A1 being in attack is because he has the chance with, He has the chance with Brimstone to land Smite, which is another place that we do damage from. The pinnacle of his kit, and the reason he's so effective in this fight, is his passive. And when it's fully booked, which it is, doesn't have to be, it just makes it easier to do this quicker. It has a 75% chance of placing a 5% poison debuff, which means that by taking attacks from the SCARAB King, we are putting poison on him. The rest of this doesn't matter. It doesn't, actually a little bit does. Most of it doesn't. But it also increases his max HP by 5% whenever Borgoth takes damage, which means if you start with a nice big pool of HP, as the fight goes on, that pool gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And in the beginning, where you'll notice it may seem like he's shaky to stay alive, by the end, he's barely taking damage, right? So how do we keep him alive? In addition to having a nice big pool of HP, you'll notice I have him in 4-piece regen gear, which heals by 15% every turn, and a 2-set immortal gear, which gives you an extra HP bump and heals by another 3% every turn. Now, you can build him in a couple of different ways, but the way that I've built him is as such, right? You need about 350 accuracy to reliably land the poisons, so I gave him a little bit of breathing room, putting him up towards 380. You can use resistance. In fact, I think that you're lowering your resistance would be better, because the boss has a chance to put a decreased speed out, which can cause him to absorb more poisons, but you need to be careful with that. And I have him running slow, but not super slow. You can build him with like 120 some odd speed, but again, you need to focus on survivability. Outside of that, I have 100k HP and 2600 defense, so he can sustain. The reason I have speed boots on him, and the reason I also built his resistance a little high, is because in order for him to heal with these sets, right, 15% and 3%, he needs to actually take his turn. So if he doesn't take enough turns, he won't get enough healing and won't actually survive. Now, another way that this his kit helps is his A1 actually has a chance, or actually places a shield on himself. And if you know the SCARAB's kit, attacking a SCARAB with a shield on eliminates the counterattack. Now, yes, a counterattack means we have more of a chance of placing poison, but the more turns that the SCARAB takes, the more chances I have of taking too much damage before I'm able to get my turn again and heal. If you are lucky enough to get Urost, blessing. I got both the 1 and the 2-star from the merchant. I've been buying them as I go. You want Brimstone because it can do bulk damage over time. As an alternative, I believe you can also take Nature's Wrath. I don't think this is as effective because, again, the damage doesn't come from his physical attacks. It comes from the poison itself. You don't need to worry about weak hits because he's void, and on both rotations that the SCARAB shows up, he's in a different affinity. But again, Urost is void, so it doesn't matter. You just forget that. When it comes to masteries, I did go down the attack tree, offense tree, but like, it's a nominal bonus. The extra little chance of inflicting bonus damage, it's completely like superfluous. You do not need it at all. Support tree brings some extra accuracy. It brings larger shields on his A1, and it even brings increased healing from his set items and increased value of shields if he's low on health, which is really nice. Rapid response increases his turn meter based on his own shield and strength in which he will apply. We get some extra base stats from the Immortal gear. We get the extra chance of placing a debuff, which is nice because his passive isn't 100, so this effectively takes it up to 80% instead of 75. And we get speed for everyone that dies. In this team, 4 of them are designed to die, so we get an extra 24 speed by the end of the fight, making him super quick to keep himself alive. And I say super quick, not compared to the rest of this game, but compared to what you need. You only really need about 150 speed at most. This will put him up into the 190 speed range, which is still terribly slow in this game, especially now. Just to show you the other champions I've got George the Breaker in here, monster damage dealer with 6,600 attack, 291 crit damage. I used Hegemon a couple times. I've rotated through a number of different damage dealers to try to just min-max the speed, but it doesn't really make a difference. I bring in Astralon for his AoE damage, and his AoE's also got a stun, which is kind of nice. That third wave, second wave has like 3 Duchesses, I think, so you don't want them taking a turn reviving and just making it a longer run. You can see his stats there. I bring in Bad L as well. 1, he's an AoE hitter with stun gear on him. And 2, his passive increases the damage you do to targets under poison, which means the damage dealers will do more damage to the first 2 waves because he's there putting up poisons, which is really nice. And then I bring in Trunda. I built this Trunda primarily for doing debuffs. She's got a little low accuracy for the boss, but I don't need her for the boss. I need her for the waves. Her A3 has a chance of putting a stun. 70% chance of putting a stun for 1 turn, which is pretty nice in the second wave to control those Duchesses. You can see 218 crit damage, nothing too crazy here. She is not my damage Trunda by any stretch of the imagination. And so that's pretty much it. I'll show you the beginning of the run so you can see how my damage dealers clear the wave. But like I said, any damage dealers, AoE damage dealers, AoE control. The big thing that you really need to do is not rely on Urost for the waves. He brings 0 physical damage. Not 0, but almost 0 physical damage. And so as you go through the waves, ideally, Urost won't even take a turn. You can see Georgian comes out real fast. Oh, she's not supposed to use it. Neither is he. That's okay. It doesn't matter. They're going to be able to clean these waves up, no problem. Optimal scenario, one or both of their AoE stuns makes it to the second round, but I guess this will be a good example of not needing it, potentially. Boy, I hope this round doesn't fail. I've never actually failed running this team before. It's pretty much foolproof as long as your damage dealers do enough damage. I mean, you can see here, oh, that Duchess even got her turn, but at this point, it's too late for it to matter. This is definitely going to be a slower run, but the most important part here is that my damage dealers die as quickly as possible. You can see Urost taking damage because he's not getting turns. Every time one of my damage dealers makes an attack, Borgoth gets a counterattack, breaking down Urost's health. Now they're all dead. He's able to heal every turn he gets. He throws a shield up, and at this point, it is another 3 to 4 minutes until this fight is over. I'll speed it up so you can check it out. If this helped you in any way, give me a like and subscribe on the way out. I'm Lord Darthbawlz. I'll catch you all in the next video. Enjoy your raid.